Researcher! You're back from Kailo? Long time no see. Anka's been mentioning you every day lately.
Long time no see. I just got back.
You didn't give me a heads up before coming back, but it's just as well. We're having a gathering tonight. The person next to you.
This is...
There's something familiar about you. Let me guess. You're a Witch of Time fan, right? Hello. So, can you tell me what happened to the witch in the story? In her pursuit of truth, the witch paid a devastating price, losing all her friends, sealing away her power and memory, and losing herself in the depths of her anguish. That sounds pretty harrowing. What happened next? She kept passing judgment on herself while stuck in the labyrinth of her mind, searching for answers she could never find. Until... If this is really the ending, the author owes me emotional damages. The witch must have been lonely for so long that she'd almost forgotten the joy of being with friends. Even without her power or her memories, even if everything had been destroyed, she must keep seeking a new purpose for herself. Only then can she be called a witch. Seek a new purpose? Yes. If I were a witch, I believe I would still have many new adventures to experience, and that my story is far from over. The future holds many possibilities. Anyways, the tavern's about to open. I'm heading up to my room. Rosalind's coming to tonight's gathering, and if she sees me here, I'll get lectured again.
Hey, Researcher! You're back!
Researcher. Long time no see.
Researcher, Gray Fox said you recently went to Kailo. How was it?
I'm doing well. Thanks for checking up on me. Kailo's work is done for now, so I came back to see everyone.
Yay! Dreams and reality really are opposites after all! Last night, I had a nightmare about Wednesday with no Researcher. Yet in reality, the Researcher is back, just in time for the party. Drinks are on me!
I don't want to miss out. Send the snacks to my room later.
Gray Fox, the nightmare I had last night was absolutely terrifying! You wouldn't believe what happened if I told you.
Buzz off. What weird dream did you have this time?
I dreamt you weren't with us in the last Aurora operation, and that we almost died. Thank goodness you showed up at the last moment. You turned the tide and saved everyone.
Ah, I had the exact same dream. Now that I think about it, if you hadn't been there, we would have been doomed.
Oh my gosh, has our collective understanding of each other really reached the point of sharing dreams? Gray Fox, researcher, did you two have the same dream?
Nope.
No way. That dream felt so real. When I woke up, my heart was racing like it was about to jump out of my chest.
It's fine. It was just a dream, not real. We're Wednesday, partners in crime who fight side by side. I'd rather die than abandon any of you. Sometimes I wonder, if I hadn't been in your life, would you have avoided danger? Would you be happier and more at peace without knowing me?
What are you talking about? Wednesday can't exist without you, and you can't exist without Wednesday. I'm never scared of any danger. So long as my friends are here, I don't even fear death.
No. Stop talking about this. Wednesday is now a law-abiding, righteous group. Especially you, Anka. You're explicitly forbidden from infiltrating anything ever again.
I know. I'm already working hard on curbing my behavior. To celebrate our reunion and the gradual return to a normal life. Everyone, drink up. Tonight, we aren't gonna go home sober.
Researcher, I just remembered. Someone's waiting for me at home. I should head back.
Is this the new friend the researcher met in Kailo? Hi, I'm Anka, the leader of Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Nola. They all call me boss, but if you're not comfortable with that, just call me Nola.
Hello, I'm Roslyn, and I work at the Public Security Bureau. What's your name?
Nice to meet you all. This is an online friend I met in the Witch of Time game. She came from Kailo with the researcher.
Oh, are you one of Gray Fox's online friends? You must be really impressive. Let's add each other as friends.
I haven't had much time to log in lately. I was too obsessed with the game before, so I decided to log off for a bit to explore Kailo more.
No problem at all. If you feel like playing again, look me up through Gray Fox and add me as a friend. Have fun in Kailo!
I will.
Lana, how's Aglaia now? Can you wake her up?
Researcher.
Did you just call me researcher?
I just had a really long nightmare. In it, a massive explosion destroyed all of Ida. And my brother and I struggled to survive in Kailo. We shouldn't be like this. There should have been a better ending for us. I've been searching and searching, yet I still can't find it.
Aglaia, that wasn't a dream. It was reality. You're mistaken.
That's impossible. If I'm the one who's mistaken, why are you still here?
I'll explain this to you later. If you still don't believe me, maybe you should see who this is.
He looks rather familiar.
Hello, Miss Aglaia. I am...
Nanto, Asurata's adopted son. My nephew?
Do you remember me?
So what I remember is wrong? How long have I been frozen?
You were frozen in 2676. It's the year 2714 now.
It's been 38 years? What happened to my brother?
Asurata passed away 11 years ago, Aunt.
Where is he buried now? Could you take me to see him?
You really should be resting, not worrying about these things. I could tell you about it later.
Speaking of, I remember when you used to call me something a bit more natural than what you called me just now.
I could only hope that one of my relatives was still alive. If I didn't keep reminding myself of that connection, I'd probably forget why I was undercover in Anchor Infinity. You're really finally awake. You look about my age. It's just so... I thought you'd be about the same age as Asurata.
How old are you now?
28.
I was only 27 when I was frozen.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm just saying. Though I'm technically your aunt, you can just refer to me as you would to someone your age. Don't worry about formalities. Just call me Aglaia for now. We've got a long road ahead of us, and we'll get to know each other gradually. You can change how you address me later.
Why don't I just treat you as my superior? I've already discussed it with General Veronica of the Hope Fleet. After you wake up, we'll begin reorganizing Apex, and you'll take the role of chairman.
All right. You've already said I should be taking it easy. Since you're already sorting everything out, I'll leave it all to you.
Though we may be family, you don't know me as a person at all, yet you trust me.
You were willing to hold on to hope until now for one word from Asurata and I, who's been lying in a cryogenic pod for over 30 years. What reason do I have not to trust you?
You're the heir to Apex. I'm only trying to repay Asurata by returning the entirety of Apex to the Todd family. That's all.
You are Asurata's adopted son, so from the day you were taken in, you have been part of the Todd family. Go on. I still have a few things to discuss with the Authorizer.
Yes. Authorizer, thank you for everything you've done for the Todd family.
No problem. Aglaia is my friend too.
Am I really your... friend?
Why did you just call me researcher then?
Wednesday's important partner and a master of space rift technology from Kailo. You played such an important role in my dream. How could I possibly forget you? When I opened my eyes and saw you, I had thought that everything that happened at the Ark space station had been a dream. Researcher, you're the most important piece of this beautiful puzzle.
What exactly do you remember?
I remember everything that happened after I arrived at the Ark space station. Lana, the new Project Ark, and my illness. I also remember Ida, after Wednesday helped you stop that disaster. But right now, I really don't understand which memories are real and which aren't. If the world where Wednesday survived is just a dream, then why do you exist here and now?
It sounds like Aglaya's memories aren't entirely sorted out yet. Maybe I should ask Lana and Void Piercer about it. Aglaya, you really need to focus on your recovery and get treatment for your Starstone syndrome. Don't waste time overthinking right now. I'll find a way to explain your memories to you. Lana, Void Piercer, what's going on? Wasn't it supposed to feel like a dream? Why does Aglaya seem to know everything in the network?
You just saw Wednesday in the network too. She was dreaming indeed. As for the matter with Aglaya, we should ask Lana. Something unknown seems to have changed.
Investigating. After Master left, I took full control of the consciousness management system. A portion of information in the consciousness management system's logs was previously isolated, including Master's will. When Master disengaged from the consciousness management system, those isolated records were also restored. I am currently retrieving them.
Isolation? Was it the servants who did this? So that letter never reached Asurada's hands?
Yes, that letter was quarantined as early as 2676, so it could never have reached Asurada. Additionally, over the past year, the consciousness management system sent a series of error reports, which were likewise quarantined. All of those error reports are related to Master's consciousness data. Her consciousness underwent significant abnormal changes within the past year.
Within a year? Wasn't that when Kailo contacted Ida?
I get it now. I actually have similar records here. This is likely related to the characteristics of the dimensional quantum supercomputer itself. Haven't you noticed something off about that hacker in the network?
Come to think of it, Grey Fox seemed to catch on to everything so quickly. I almost thought she was just too smart for her own good.
After the servant hijacked the network, the data between the two of them underwent quantum synchronization. So, the so-called synchronization means that the Grey Fox you encountered in the network also includes the present Aglaya, which is why she possesses the memories from the network.
That's right. The servant isolated that trimmed portion of Master's consciousness after discovering it had begun to become active again. The OD-777 that the authorizer encountered is actually a part of the Master's consciousness. Having witnessed that different ending before, she kept repeating the loop, desperately trying to save her friends. But the loops happened so many times that she had eventually forgotten who she was. At first, she probably wasn't just trying to save Wednesday. She was also searching for you, authorizer. In fact, the procedure of consciousness trimming is completely irreversible. It's almost impossible to fully restore it.
Because Grey Fox, together with the authorizer, rescued Ida in the network and restored that part of Aglaya's memory. You've truly created a miracle, authorizer.
The Master accepting that part of consciousness also means the two have fused. So, she will simultaneously retain two separate memory records. Your appearance must have made everything much harder to distinguish.
Now that everything's out in the open, how am I supposed to explain to her what's happening in the network?
We still need to discuss the matter regarding Kailo. I've sent you the coordinates for our rendezvous.
The former Anchor Infinity has now entered the asset restructuring phase. Work will be carried out under the guidance of a special task force jointly established by Apex and Hykros headquarters. The Project Astralis will be restarted with joint support from Apex and Hykros headquarters. This time, the Hope Fleet's objective is to delve deep within the space-time turbulence. Ms. Brevi, a scientist from Hykros' Special Task Force, has led her team to the Hope Fleet. Brevi's team is incredibly experienced in research on space-time turbulence.
Bleep bloop! Long time no see, Authorizer. Oh, wait, I should instead refer to you as Acting Archon of District 4.
Did I miss something?
In fact, this was the first thing decided in the last meeting. Nanto and Veronica share their distrust of Hykros and insist you take on the role of Acting Archon of District 4.
So, since I'm the acting Archon, will someone eventually replace me?
Don't worry, nobody can take your place here. Hykros just wanted to make their position clear, which is why they added the word acting. In the future, District 4 will be jointly governed by Hykros and Apex. They trust only you, so your appointment as Archon is the first step for any future negotiations.
So, what kind of negotiations did you all have?
It all comes down to three main points: the resettlement of the Kailians, the space-time properties of the Kailo, and Apex's restructuring plan. Which one do you want to hear more about? Now the Kailians can travel freely between here, Asperia, Vera, and beyond. Your friend Linsis can keep her promise too. Those who have passed can finally return home to rest. Claimed ashes will be returned to each family one by one. Unclaimed ashes will receive a communal funeral arranged by Hykros, so they can be properly laid to rest.
When did you meet Linsis?
Acting Archon, you could learn a thing or two from your Kailian friend. She's a real negotiator. Got Hykros to compensate her for her shop, fund her journey, and even cover the whole funeral.
I'll think about it. Oh, there was some Kailian server. You know about it, right?
That situation is indeed a bit of a headache. We've come up with some ideas, but that's also the main reason we wanted to talk to you. Helix Bio Inc. has been shut down, and we've taken over many of their related documents. To quickly awaken those who survived in the server, we've developed the Project Awakening.
What can I do?
First, to make sure their brains can safely disconnect from the servers, Voidpiercer needs to work closely with Lana to prevent server fluctuations from messing with normal Kailian society. Second, I need you to help convince Dr. Claire to join us. She's the top researcher in human consciousness and omnium technology, and her expertise will be crucial.
I understand. Once I get back to Asperia, I'll do my best to persuade her. But about her and Hykros.
I'm not forcing you to drag her here. Just do your best.
Now that we're on the subject, there's one more thing I want to ask. Will everyone on the server survive?
I'm afraid that's not possible. Miss Aglaia, as leader of the Project Awakening, already gave a detailed briefing at the meeting. The first Kailians connected to the server were seriously injured survivors of the space station disaster. Once they're disconnected from machine support, they'll need immediate medical care. Lyncis's nurse friend, Ms. Legisis, will check and monitor everyone's health in Project Awakening and decide who has the potential to undergo Awakening.
What will happen to them next?
If someone can't be awakened, we'll remove them from the server as quickly as possible. A specialist will handle their remains, with Lyncis overseeing the arrangements.
And for those that can be awakened?
The situation is much more complicated for those who can be awakened. Their consciousness data is incomplete and varies from person to person, so each will need a personalized approach. Fortunately, your experience awakening Miss Aglaia was a big help. After his earlier failure, Nanto has become much more adaptable to the brain-machine interface. Right now, he and Miss Aglaia are overseeing preparations for the brain-machine interface lab and plan to train the first cohort of brain-machine awakeners within 6 months.
Sounds like we have our work cut out for us.
With Dr. Claire's help, I believe we're well suited for the task.
I will do my best.
It all comes down to 3 main points: the resettlement of the Kailians, the space-time properties of the Kailo, and Apex's restructuring plan. Which one do you want to hear more about? As for that, I'll let our space-time turbulence expert Brevi explain.
Where should I even begin? After all, I just got here not too long ago, and my research has only just started.
Why don't you start by telling me what you're researching?
The nature, laws, and application of space-time turbulence. What we can confirm is that Kailo's space-time turbulence is very similar to the Abyss Current, though there are some differences.
I've noticed that too. The space-time turbulence here seems more intense than the Abyss Current. Or maybe it's just harder to predict.
We tried using timestamp technology to build a larger Abyss Current control device and push its power to the limit, but all it did was stabilize the space-time turbulence. Through various detection methods, including personally entering it, we've confirmed that Kailo's space-time turbulence cannot be completely shut down.
Why? Does Kailo have a hive mother stronger than the one in Domain 9?
We suspected that at first, but with Dr. Rubelia's help, we've ruled it out. Instead, under Kailo's unique conditions, the Hive Mother and the Gray Space entity evolved into what we now call the Astral Hive.
I still don't understand. Why are Kailo's space-time turbulence and Abyss Current so different?
The emergence of an Abyss Current usually signals a powerful gray space entity, like a Hive Mother, but Kailo's space-time turbulence likely comes from a massive, ever-fusing omnium mine.
I just remembered. Those bugs on planet Noah. They have the ability to venture into the depths of a space-time turbulence to search for omnium.
Yes, Dr. Rubelia also believes Kailo Xenoid was once a special kind of gray space entity, a symbiotic organism tied to that massive omnium deposit.
I still don't quite get it, though. Where did that massive omnium deposit actually come from?
During the Cataclysm, the Kailo space station was orbiting Ida. Think of it as a signal amplifier. The omnium fluctuation from the explosion was amplified by it and transmitted to even further out.
Further out? Is that the huge omnium mine you mentioned?
Correct. Two similar waves resonated, causing another explosion. The ancestors of the Astral Hive, like the Kylians, were caught in the blast and lost their homes.
So, the space-time turbulence is a result of the explosion?
How do I put this? Have you ever seen a quantum hole, like one buried underground with tunnels branching out everywhere? Or a house that's been blown apart?
Are you saying the space-time turbulence is the Astral Hive's nest? Or the cracks torn open by the explosion?
Aha! It's like a house built over a giant quantum hole. When the hole collapsed during the explosion, the house fell in. The Kylians lived in the house, the bugs lived in the quantum hole.
So, the quantum hole itself is a massive omnium mine. And those xenoids, after losing their home, are digging through humanity's ruins trying to find their way back?
You're almost getting it! Kylian space-time turbulence is powered by a massive omnium mine ignited by the cataclysm, which is why we can't easily shut it down. Those scattered, erratic patches of space-time turbulence are actually two parts of the Astral Hive trying to find each other. Next, I'll explain how we monitor and stabilize it.
Hold on. I feel like my omnium science knowledge can't keep up with your lecture. Just be straight with me. What are your current research findings?
There's still much we don't know. The omnium mine is just a metaphor. Where does all this omnium come from? A mine, a star like Mara, or a hive mother beyond our imagination?
You still don't know?
I don't know. That's why Hykros funds Project Astralis. Fortunately, General Veronica is an idealistic hero, just like the protagonists in those comics who never stop moving forward. I only chatted with her for a little while, and I couldn't help but want to help her pursue her dream of exploring the unknown. Hope beyond the stars.
Speaking of Project Astralis, I just heard on the news that it's been restarted, and the objective is to explore space-time turbulence. Is that really safe?
Don't worry, the abyss current and space-time turbulence are very similar in nature. Though we can't shut down the turbulence, timestamp tech has been quite effective at stabilizing and monitoring it.
As long as everyone in the fleet is safe, that's what matters. I think I learned a bit too much science today.
It all comes down to three main points: the resettlement of the Kylians, the space-time properties of the Kailo, and Apex's restructuring plan. Which one do you want to hear more about? From the credit system to the manufacturing of spaceships and mechas, and every aspect of the Kylians' daily lives, everything was once supplied and managed by Anchor Infinity. With Rafa fallen, Lana's model accelerating, and Aglaia now awakened, Kailo is about to face a major upheaval.
I thought Apex and the Hope Fleet would team up to stop Hykros from interfering in Kailo, but I never expected it would end up being Apex and Hykros joining forces.
General Veronica has always considered Project Astralis her top priority. She also helped topple Anchor Infinity because Rafa kept getting in the way of her plans. She's an excellent leader with good judgment. But for a project as massive as Astralis, you need a logistics team that's highly efficient and extremely well organized.
Can Hykros provide these?
This is all thanks to you. Without your link to Domain 9, we wouldn't have been able to bring in timestamp tech to help the fleet stabilize and monitor the space-time turbulence.
What about Apex?
Anchor Infinity only took over Apex in the past decade or so. Both management and rank-and-file staff still include many people from the old Apex. Even if Aglaia hadn't woken up, nor had Nanto cleared his name, the old Apex staff would have rebuilt everything. Names may change, but these people will carry on Anchor's legacy and restore Kailo. So, an independent Hykros branch here is unrealistic. Instead, you should bridge us to the Todd family to rebuild a new Apex with Hykros involved, so Kailo can get back on track as soon as possible.
As expected, You quickly found the best way to protect your interests, and even secured a partnership in such a short time. I'm impressed.
How could a deal be struck so fast? The credit system, Planet Noah's Omnium reactor, Anchor Infinity's assets and patented technologies. We haven't had a chance to discuss any of this in detail. Only when you formally accept the appointment as the acting Archon of District 4 can we proceed with meaningful negotiations.
Sounds like I don't have any room to refuse.
Do you have any reason to refuse?
Well, a role this important sounds exhausting, doesn't it? Perhaps I'm just too lazy to take it on.
If there are specific tasks you want to handle yourself, do them. Anything that's a hassle or too hard, anything you don't want to do, just leave it to me.
Sounds like I'm just some figurehead, huh?
Not exactly. Think of it more so like the relationship between Nanto and Aglaia.
What does that mean?
Nanto carries the burden left by his adoptive father, sustained by an obsession to revive Apex. He has been covertly plotting for years, all to rebuild Apex and rescue Miss Aglaia. During the negotiations, Nanto pressed for greater influence on Aglaia's behalf to maximize the Todd family's interests. Unfortunately, Aglaia herself appears largely uninterested.
Nanto has always aimed to fulfill Asurata's vision for the Todd family, which requires Aglaia's cooperation. But what Nanto wants may not match what Aglaia desires. You want to construct the Tower of Fantasy and develop Omnium technology. It requires my cooperation. But what I want is to piece together the shattered Ida and rebuild a beautiful life for Shirley.
However, we're different from them. I'd like to think my relationship with you is at least closer than that of an aunt and nephew who've only just met.
Even if they're not blood relatives, they're still family, right?
Nanto often calls Asurata by name, but he only ever calls Aglaia aunt. This shows that his relationship with her is distant, maintained only through a superficial family title.
I suppose that means we can refer to each other more casually.
So, if I were to personally ask you to accept the post of acting Archon of District 4, would you do it?
If I really become the acting Archon, what do I need to do to live up to that title? Is it possible for me to make Kailo a better place?
What do you believe Kailo needs to become a better place?
A place that wouldn't drive Asurata to his death. A place where Linsis could live a decent life without having to rely on deceit. A place where Nanto and Veronica can uphold their ideals without compromising their conscience. A place where good people rarely turn evil and evil people find no reason to do wrong.
The environment can change a person, but not everyone will be swayed. Some people, when faced with challenges, are simply more likely to abandon their principles than others.
No one is perfect. In extreme circumstances, anyone could be forced to sacrifice something. But if those circumstances never arise, no one would have to sacrifice a thing.
Is this your insight into Kailo? No wonder everyone who comes to see me insists that you serve as Kailo's acting Archon.
Not sure if I mentioned this, but I met pre-Cataclysm Asurata in the network. Every time I see Nanto, I feel a bit like an elder to him, as if he carries echoes of everything Asurata went through. Before the Cataclysm, Asurata would never let a kid shoulder Kailo and Apex's future. A later chance encounter reinforced my belief that he did everything he could to protect Nanto's freedom and dreams. But as his life neared its end, everything that had happened in Kailo forced him to betray the creed he once upheld, leaving the heavy burden to the only person he could truly trust. Now that Aglaia has awakened, the reconstruction of Apex is imminent. By a better Kailo, I mean at least a place where such tragedies won't happen again.
You're an idealist, and that used to worry me. But not anymore. Only those who can hold on to their ideals after seeing life's darkness and human nature have the potential to change the world.
Thanks for the compliment?
It all comes down to 3 main points. The resettlement of the Kailians, the space-time properties of the Kailo, and Apex's restructuring plan. Which one do you want to hear more about?
So, does this mean that every time I see you from now on, I'll have to learn something new?
Learning and mastering are two different things. Once you become the acting Archon, your journey will have only just begun.
Don't say things that'll make me regret saying yes to you. So, about accepting the appointment, what do I need to do? Do I have to take some kind of exam, or is there a ceremony?
When you get back to Hykros, we'll make the arrangements. I'll go help you get ready for the return trip. We should be able to head back with Linsis. In the meantime, say your goodbyes to your friends from Kailo.
PlayStation